One of the things we're really excited about announcing at the show this week is our partnership with Microsoft, is how we're integrating with the cognitive services cloud business within the Microsoft suite. And we think there's a great deal of applicability when bringing in the artificial intelligence that they bring. When broadcasters think about content and they start to think about the applicability around brand safety, so using cognitive services to screen and understand the semantics of content so that you can properly parse out what's brand safe and advertising safe versus what shouldn't be advertised on. So we think that it's early days, but we think there's a great deal of investment that's warranted in that space, and it's an exciting solution to bring to market.
So give us your thoughts, like looking down the line, how will that work and what will be the demand and the value of that, and how does that all plug in?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge right now is that it's a human-driven endeavor where people have to sit and watch and look at all of the content to be super accurate around scoring just what is and what isn't appropriate from an advertising standpoint. There's some labeling and metadata that's associated with pieces of content, but it usually doesn't go far enough. And certainly when you get into user-generated content, it's very difficult to get all of that labeled properly. So we think what this does is it allows broadcasters or any content owners to score and to label and to categorize content at scale with greater efficiency. So it's allowing for programmatic marketplaces and allowing for more content ingestion without having to deal with armies of people just reviewing content manually.
What's new in terms of, and the opportunities for publishers, for broadcasters to reach a targeted audience? What's new?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we're seeing is the rapid growth of OTT platforms as a consumer device. As a consumer, the consumer choice is rapidly choosing platforms to go around their paid subscription models. So with that and the change in demography that we're seeing a shift in overall TV consumption, so that the younger audiences that are viewing content through these different platforms are also raised with immediate gratification and the desire for choice. So we think actually from a targeting standpoint, the OTT environment is a great hybrid opportunity to do over, in a sense, where we can take the best practices of the television world, the best practices of the digital world, migrate the two so that we're not actually deploying the hyper targetability and addressability of digital, and we're not also dealing with index-based measurement models like Nielsen for TV, but you're actually deploying both together in an OTT environment, more practically deployed so that you're targeting on a household level, you're taking as much census level data as possible, decisioning dynamically, but maybe not to the one-to-one user base that we're doing in digital today.
And Scott, finally, you've been involved with programmatic TV, whatever we call different things, which is here, it's not here, it's there, and we hear a lot of developments in the industry. What does programmatic TV mean to you, and where does it stand, and where does Ooyala play in that? Yeah,
I mean, I think really the programmatic television is just really any sight and sound, any moving picture with sound. And programmatic is really just automation of process and workflow. So really at its most base level, I think it's the ability to deploy data on both the buy side or the supply side, and we are specifically focused on and incenting publishers, or incentivized by publisher growth and success. So we're trying to help publishers and sellers of inventory better use data to inform how they're making inventory available, programmatically through the different connections with buy-side platforms. But we think the future of it is not necessarily RTB, not necessarily marketplaces, but definitely systemic connections between sell-side and buy-side platforms, using data, but maybe with more guarantees and more of the intimate buyer-seller relationship still in place. Because we think a lot of the things that have happened in digital with open marketplaces and with RTB has removed a lot of that intimacy between buyers and sellers, and we think that's a fundamental problem when you think about television. So we think it's a hybrid model where the relationships will exist, but so will the efficiency of using platforms to transact.